What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler LEGO Guy here, and wow, do we have a review for you guys for this Old School Wednesdays. This set it's definitely in my top 10 sets that came out of the 90s, if maybe ever. Honestly, I was super impressed with this set, and it's the largest set to come out of the Ninja theme that come out in the 90s, and that is the Flying Fortress. It's set 6093, had 694 pieces, 9 minifigs, retailed for $90 US, which is actually interesting because this set's huge and only has about 700 pieces, and it came out in 1998. Honestly, I was super impressed, like I said. Can't wait to get into it. This set is jam-packed of features, detail. It's just a great overall looking set. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get right into it. All right, so here the behemoth is. So first off, I'm just gonna pick up the tripod, and kind of show you guys what we're looking at. So really cool set. It's huge too. The set probably is about 2 feet. It's nearly 2 feet tall, honestly, with that top right tower. But now that you've seen the top, let's give you a 360 view of this guy. So just awesome looking set. There's so many little features that we're gonna be digging into too. And also grab pop and popcorn or something, because yeah, this is a big set. And not that it's gonna be a super long review, but it's gonna be a little bit, just because there's so many really cool things to cover in this set. So anyways, keep moving it around. It's just great looking set. Really do like it. So now to start, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down these into sections to give you guys a complete view. First off, we'll start off with the second biggest tower, which, if you can believe it, I can barely fit this thing in the screen. Give you a 360 view of it. So what's really cool is I got this little sword basically on display, which is awesome. It's kind of like they can pick that up. And then in here, I'll just show you guys, get it up close. It's kind of like a little trap door, and to move it, you just go like this, and then there's a skeleton. So pretty cool little feature right there. And then right here, I really like this. They got a little bed, as you can see, the little table. So pretty awesome, really cool looking set right there. Well, little area right there. And then the top of it, obviously there's a ninja on there, because the ninja and samurai were always fighting. I actually found this interesting, is there's no really good guys and bad guys in this theme. They're just fighting. So really cool looking tower. Now let's take a look at the middle tower. Here we have the main tower, basically center of the castle. So I'll give you guys a 360 view of this. So really nice design. Really do like it. As you can see, this thing's armored right up to the teeth. There's spears on both ends. There's nothing in this middle room, which is the only little flaw I could find with this set that they could have maybe improved on. But what it does have is you pull this little lever and bang, those axes come right down, which is pretty cool. So if there's any intruders, really easy feature to kind of use, and it works every time, which is pretty cool. And then the gate piece, I'll just show you guys. The gates actually open from the inside, so that's how you kind of open it. And yeah, that pretty well does the front, basically main gates. Pretty cool design, do really like it. But now let's move on to the next part. So this part of the castle is honestly the biggest. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a keep with medieval castles and whatnot. So what I'm gonna actually do is I'm just gonna pull this off, and this is actually good for you guys to know, because you can kind of swap them all out. So I could stick the little tower on there, or the bigger tower, or the medium-sized tower all on there, so you can kind of mix and match. But first off, let's just take a look at the bottom area. So as you guys can see, there's a little jail in there, which is honestly awesome. Open that up, and there's a little, basically like pirate ninja in there, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so nothing too crazy, but just I love jails, and they love to do this back in the 90s. And then, as you can see, there's a ninja trying to sneak into the castle without anyone knowing. So really cool looking part of the castle. Now, let's take a look at the main tower. So this guy is actually very big, as you can see. So first off, I'll just show you guys. It just has a standard little walkway. But in this area, there's a scroll and a diamond. And what's really cool is they really like trapdoors with this. You pull this little lever and bang. The guy gets thrown out, so you can kind of like, if there's an intruder, you can kind of set that up. And then in here, they have a nice little chest with beautiful little gold coins. They actually kind of discontinued these, to be perfectly honest, at least I believe. If I'm wrong about that, leave in the comments, but they've been putting in these stupid little, basically gold studs, and I really don't like them, to be perfectly honest. And then on the top, we have a nice looking little ninja. He's actually kind of rare, which I actually found surprising. Wait, let me make sure that I'm... No, it's the other one, which we'll show in the minifigs. But then there's also this nice little samurai insignia, which, as you guys can see, I actually have on backwards. So let's just fix that real quick. Pretend that didn't happen. And there you are, it's kind of fixed. I actually did it for both, I'm a retard. Anyways, pretty cool looking tower. Now what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna mix and match. I'm gonna kind of show you guys how this all connects. So as I've kind of mentioned, there's these interlocking systems right here. They're just super simple, but what they do is they allow you to make it any way you want. So I showed you guys first, that was basically the first way of doing it. Now I'll show you the second way of kind of combining these towers, or this castle. So here we have it in its longest form, just with those connecting devices. And honestly, such a cool job. I really, really do like that you're able to do that. And you can kind of see how big this set was. I know a lot of people complain about price per piece, which they might complain about this set for 90 US back in 1998, and it only having about 700 pieces. But as you can tell, that is completely worth it in this case, just because some of these pieces are big. And that kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like in the inside when they're all like that. So just really, really cool. Really do like this set. But now, as always, let's take a look at the minifigs. And before we do that, I just first off wanted to show off this very nice kind of like hang glider. I do not believe ninjas had this back in the day historically, but really nice looking little basically vehicle, it almost you could put it as. I really do like the printing here. They got these little rope settings and whatnot. This I've actually stole off of Jangbricks, so shout out to Jangbricks. Really good guy, makes some great content, and he could really use the subs. Anyways, just a really cool idea, kind of how he does it. And then as you guys can see, there's little spears. So this is pretty well armored, and I think they did a great job at this little hang glider. But yeah, that's the hang glider. Now, let's take a look at the main samurai on his horse. So here we have the leader of the samurai, and I'm just gonna say this is probably my favorite minifig to come out of this. Is that really nice looking flag. As you can see, I really like just this gold piece right here. That is pretty cool. I wish LEGO would do more of them. But yeah, that's the horse. He doesn't do anything crazy. The head just moves. The legs do not, but just a really good looking all around minifig and horse. But now let's take a look at the minifigs. So as you can see, we got the 3 variation of the samurai. So I'm just gonna mention right now, because they're exactly the same. There is actually 2 of the middle guy. So just so you guys can kind of see that. I'm not gonna bother showing them if there's 2 of them, but I'll let you know. So on the left, we have an actually very cool samurai, and he's actually quite rare, or rarer, I should say. So it's this guy right here. Honestly, pretty cool looking little minifig. I do like his face printing as well. It's a little bit different than the average samurai. And just so you guys kind of know, I'll show you guys. They all have these little bandanas under the minifig. Wow, this guy's... So there you guys can see. So that's pretty cool that they have those little, basically, they almost look like little bandanas or whatever you want to call it, just kind of distinguishing rank. I also like the fact that this guy has what's kind of like plate mail armor, just looks like a fancier type of armor than this guy's, which just kind of looks, it's a little bit more, I guess tinky is the best word for it, so you can tell that this is a little bit higher ranking samurai, and this obviously is the top ranking samurai. So before I take off his torso piece, which is absolutely awesome, he has that, you'll notice that he has some nice leg printing. So I like that they included that. Just so you guys know also, these guys have no back face printing or anything. It's just the front faces. But now let's take a look at the main samurai without the armor on. So very, very cool torso print. As you can see, he has it looks like a little dagger. So if he has to commit suicide to avoid dishonor, he can go about doing that. So very, very cool. Just so you guys see where I'm kind of describing. It's right there, which is pretty cool. And then I also, obviously, as I mentioned, I love his little his helmet. It is a dark gray, and then it has that nice chrome piece. So just a great looking minifig all in all. But now let's take a look at the ninjas. And here we have the 3 ninjas, well, the 2 ninjas and the 1 kind of pirate ninja. So I just really like that they kind of incorporated, giving this guy sort of a patch, as you guys can see right there, which is pretty cool. And then he also has some what looks like broken up armor. And then for you Ninjago fans, this was the original ninja. And they also, all the way back then, they still had those swords that they could get connected on the back. So it's kind of like they pulled it off their back, which is pretty cool. And also what I really liked about the ninjas is, if you notice, they have the little dagger here, little throwing star, dagger. So pretty cool. I do like that. And then I'll show you guys what their faces look like under the mask. You just pull these guys off. There you have 2 different variations of the samurai, or not the samurai, of the ninjas. So pretty cool. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of the samurai run. It just kind of looks like he's gone bad, or gone ninja, maybe not gone bad, because they really didn't say who's good and bad in this. And then in the middle, interesting face. He just kind of has like a smirk. Honestly, I like the pirate face the most, the pirate ninja. But yeah, those are the ninjas. Yeah, pretty cool looking minifigs. There's actually one more, which I'll just quickly show you. And that is the skeleton. So nothing too crazy to say about the skeleton. What is interesting is his arms are floppy, unlike the ones we have nowadays. And then also, I thought I'd just give you guys a 360 view of the samurai. It's really, really cool looking. I do wish they actually had more of these torso pieces on the other minifigs. I would have honestly preferred if they had a bit more of the torso. But what are you going to do? That's a very small flaw with this awesome, fantastic set. But now, as always, let's get into the end of the review. Well guys, that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, looking at this set, I just was blown away. I thought it was so great with all the little features. I love the prison. You know, everything from those axes coming down to the little sword room, and then all the little rooms throughout the set, as well as the minifigs. I thought that they had a really good amount of detail, especially for when they came out, because that was 21 years ago. Just all in all, great set. Really liked it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this set? Do you not? Do you maybe own it? Do you own any of the ninja sets? I'd be interested to know. But honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. I just was really, really, really impressed. And I hope one of these days I actually might do my top sets, top theme. Well, no, I've done top themes, but top sets to come out of a certain decade, or maybe just period, because this set would rank super high on it. And the coolest thing about it is I didn't expect anything when I got this set. Came into it completely not knowing what I was getting into. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But yeah, if you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. And yeah, click that bell if you do subscribe so that you're notified for any new old sets that come out in Old School Wednesdays. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But take care. I'll catch you all in the next one.